The Immaterial Games Podcast with these guys.
Dennis, do I have the permission to record your voice for Immaterial Gamers Podcast?
No.
Which airing on Tuesdays.
I charge at £12 an hour. So if I don't receive the £12 an hour, you can't officially use it.
And you receive the food, which is worth, on my estimate, £100.
These peanut things. These
And vodka, and peanuts, and other stuff. So I think we're square.
No, the vodka's like a complimentary. I can't say it. Complimentary. Good idea. We're airing Justina as well, around the corner.
Right, anyway, shall we get going? Welcome to Immaterial Gamers channels. Today is, when you're hearing it, Tuesday. Kind of the end of February, isn't it? What day would be? 25th February. And, well, Ryan was kind of occupied today. So you've got today me, and from our regular group, that's it. However, I have a special guest, and I will call it like an emergency podcast recording with Dennis.
Superstar Dennis.
Superstar Dennis. The Storm Dennis.
Wow, recently on the news. I've become famous. Everybody knows me now. All the flooding of the north. Not in a negative way.
Again, this is the podcast number 82. We are getting very close to 100, isn't it? Yeah.
I think I'm still playing.
And I received another message that nobody will be in. So yeah, there is just two of us. It's gonna be a weird one. Because this is the 82nd podcast, which I've done approximately half of them. So let's say 40, 41. And you've done how many podcasts with us, Dennis?
0. This is first.
And did you listen to any of it?
1.
You listened to
when you
one
first
of them?
Advertised it, yeah.
Okay, that's
I know I was a
something.
bit distracted.
That's something. So you might not really know how things works here, so I will go first with everything today. So as always, we're gonna start with what's been played.
What's being played?
And probably here Ryan will put his sexy voice with some like robotic twist to it.
Robotic.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you later. It's like what's been played with echo, and yeah, that is nice. He's doing a nice twist to it. So what's been played, Dennis? In the past week, what I've been playing is cannot choose because there was an episode where I was not playing anything, and then I've been playing a lot. But I think I'm gonna say I've been playing There Are Billions.
Is that involved?
There are billions. Just to give you a picture how the game looks like. It's a game of surviving.
Like Defense Tower kind of.
Yeah, kind of, not really. You're trying to defend your village with the zombie apocalypse took over the world.
Mm-hmm.
And you're trying to build your village, build the soldiers and fortify it so you can survive. And there is an endless mode to it where you're just growing, your village growing to a city, you're building more and more fortification, you're researching new technologies, you're upgrading your soldiers and everything. And then there are zombies.
What's up, guys?
That's cut this one out. I want a picture.
Is it mobile app or is it actual game?
No, it's actual game. So see that what looks like terrain? It's not.
Yeah.
They're zombies.
The millions of
Yeah, millions of zombies. I cannot find a nice good picture about it. But anyway, yes, this is in endless mode. You're just building and trying to maintain a sweet spot of the resources needed and the expenses and then growth and etc. and trying to survive all those waves. You've got a standard zombies which are roaming around and trying to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
But once in, let's say, 20 days or something like that, in game days,
You get a horde.
you're getting a horde. Yeah, seriously. And on easy, you're getting hundreds. On hard, you're getting a few thousands of them. And so it's like ridiculously hard to beat it. And also, this game have a campaign. And the campaign is quite interesting one as well. Because, yes, it takes all the basics through the called endless mode. I will have a peanut.
Green peanuts is always good.
Yeah, they are good peanuts.
So, Copy's like a tower defense game, but it's like it's got its own specific niche in a way.
It's more like, I would say it's more RTS game with base defense.
So it's quick to get into.
Oh yeah, you don't really need to spend hours on learning it. However, if you want to survive X amount of waves of zombies, yes, then you need to kind of like invest a little bit of time to.
So I'm assuming you've been playing this at work here to pass the time. Or is it just home time?
No, that is just home time. This is just home time, just in case if someone listening from work, it's just home time.
You don't want to get sacked in all.
So in the campaign, you've got a specific amount of time whether you have to survive or meet a certain end game goal. And also there is like RPG aspect to it, but it's very minimal. So let's talk a little bit about the story. You're trying to set a village in like completely random place. So you're starting with only your command center unit, and from there you're building the tents, you're building the cottages, then you're building the houses, etc. And you're trying to fortify. And one of the objectives is that village have to have 1,200 people.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the objectives which you have to fulfill and survive, let's say, 77 days. So you're trying to do that. The other ones are simple, just survive either 50 days or kill every single zombie.
Quick scenarios.
Yeah, they are a little bit quicker to fulfill than having like 2,000 of villagers.
The endless mode.
Oh yeah, endless mode is endless, but even though the missions can kind of sometimes drag.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're running out of space where you can build quite quickly.
So
then
do you get unique maps, or is it just randomly generated, or is it?
I think it's kind of randomly generated.
Mm-hmm. So you can build where you like, how you like.
Yes.
The structures are up to you.
And whatever the map will allow you to build.
Mm-hmm.
So you will find out that you're really quickly running out of space of building houses, and before you even run out of the space, you will find out that you're running out of food, so you need more space to build more farms. To build more farms, you need more land. To have more land, you need more soldiers to claim that land. To claim that land, you need more citizens.
So it's constantly keeping you on your toes.
Exactly. So it's the whole... You're going rounds and rounds and rounds again and again. But yeah, it's kind of nice twist to the like zombie apocalypse. I really like it. And then the aspect of you are able to choose one of two characters on the beginning of the game, and they're like, that's you basically. And from time to time you have a specific mission to investigate abandoned research station or something like that. Mm-hmm. So you are on your own with hundreds of zombies around. So you have to take your time killing them. You're trying to make less and less noise, because the more noise you make, the more zombies you're going to attract. And you're walking around those facilities like research station and trying to find research bases.
Yeah.
So you're looking for books, booze, grenades, etc.
Definitely the booze to survive the zombie
Yes,
apocalypse,
you definitely need that in zombie apocalypse. And yeah, I think like I'm 1/3 of the campaign, more or less. Definitely 1/3, if not 2/3. No, 1/3. 1/3 in technology tree, because you can keep buying upgrades on the campaign. Well, you have to unlock the upgrades so you can research them in game. But in endless modes, everything is already on your disposal. You just need to research it in game. So yeah, it's a really nice zombie game.
How did you come by it? Because it's very unique game, yeah? So
yes.
How did you come across it?
I am a member of Origin Prime. That's the Origin Prime. Origin Access, sorry. And there's like a Prime membership, which gives you the access to the games. So this is the list. It's quite a long list at the moment of all the games which they...
So it takes some browsing going through that.
Yes. So basically, I was like browsing. I was kind of bored one day. I wanted some sort of like RTS game, and this is what I found. And I was like, yeah, okay, it doesn't weigh like 20 gigabytes or any more. So I was quick download, let's check it. And yeah, I stick with it. And as you can see, there is quite a big selection of games. Okay, it's quite expensive. Either you can pay £20 per year and have the basic membership to the basic games, or you can pay 90 quid, 89.99. I think it's 89.99 or 79.99, 79.99, and have the access to the whole library with the newest releases. So if they will release a new game,
You'll be notified about it.
I will be notified and I can play it without additional cost. So if the new Need for Speed comes out, a new FIFA comes out,
It's always nice to have. Sometimes I get bored and I don't know really what I'm looking for.
yes,
But if there's a variety, then
exactly, and no one forcing me to play everything on this. And besides, you need like thousands of hours to play it. But definitely, it gives you the access to so many games, and then you can at least try it.
Mm-hmm.
At least try it. If you like it, yeah, keep it, play it, finish it, and then try something else. So yeah, Dennis. So let's go to you. What you have been playing?
Well, recently, just Mountain Blade Warband. I don't think it's well advertised in comparison to other games, but it's a very good game in my opinion. It's a medieval strategy game, real-time strategy game. I think we've spoken a lot about it. It's the first game that I mentioned to mention. But it satisfies one of my goals where you actually get to go back into the medieval era and you get to live as a lord or a villager trying to survive mercenary, and you have to bring up your wealth and slowly work up your chain.
So most of the pictures which I'm seeing are like you are a soldier, a warrior. But from what you said, you can be either a villager.
It starts up from the basics. So when you start the game, you're just a single person. So in Warband, you have to work up your way your rank. So you've got to make your money, you've got to make your wealth. You start off as a trader, you can start off as a mercenary. You slowly work up your rank. But the initial gameplay is what you'll be working towards is actually owning your own kingdom. And this is it gets very complicated then because you're constantly torn between wars and you've got diplomacy and you're constantly having to fight battles, sieges and stuff like that. It's a very interesting game.
So you are controlling one character or?
Well, initially you start off as one, so you're the person leading your army. So it's a strategy game, so you can command your troops. So you'll have individual divisions like archers, swordmen, cavalry, and horse archers, and you'll have to you'll have to outthink the opponent.
Mm-hmm.
But something that I'm interested in now is Bannerlords. Bannerlords coming out in March 2020. So this is introducing a new AI that's super intelligent, something more modern than what is in Warband. So what they're trying to bring into play is where the AI thinks for itself, and it's very unheard of at the moment. A lot of games it's scripted, so you'll have just literally tug of war who has the most troops conflicting against each other. Yeah, so it'll just be a brawl until the last man standing. But what they're trying to introduce is a new AI that can outthink you. So they'll send detachments of troops around to flank you,
right,
and use strategy that was used in the medieval area. And this is something that really intrigues me because I want to face an opponent that can outthink me. AI is going to be in the future. So someone that is a robot or an AI that can think like you, can outthink you, and knows how you play sometimes, and it gives you a real challenge because at the moment, like with the Total War games and the games of nowadays, you can easily trick the computer to win in the game. It's something I don't like because you can outwit them easily.
Right, I can see here that Bannerlords will allegedly have a Battle Royale mode.
I think everyone's going through this phase on the Battle Royale. It seems to be the norm.
Is something which you will be interested to play?
I'm more interested in the running the own kingdoms. I like
single player.
Yeah, I like economic games. I've tried playing economic version of there's I forgot what it's called, Persistent Kingdoms, and it's what it is to try and simulate a medieval kingdom, but it doesn't really play out because everybody just wants to kill each other rather than run an economy and run their own factions. They're out for blood, yeah. So it doesn't really work.
I think that's kind of the case with most online games where you're trying to
do a certain thing, but you've got trolls, obviously.
Well, no, I think I was gonna say when I'm playing online games, yes, I'm there for fun and blood and mayhem.
Yeah,
fireworks.
We all love that, don't we? We all want to terrorize the other person until we win, yeah.
So definitely, I would be interesting to see it. And having Battle Royale mode on this game, I would say that's something which intrigued me right now. To have a battle royale in the game where you have to run around with freaking swords.
Yeah, this is why I like the multiplayer in Warband. Yeah, you'll have like 50 versus 50 at times. Yeah, and it's a blood slaughter because you're trying to get into the castle. You're doing a siege, and you have 50 other players trying to stop you. And it's interesting because you have to work as a team to get in. Otherwise, you're screwed. You're just going to get slaughtered outside of the walls. But what they're trying to introduce now is where one person playing can control like 30 troops. So if you have, depending on how far they go with it, you'll have multiple troops on the field. So at the moment, they're trying to increase it to like 300 people to 500 right, active troops on the field. But it's obviously intensive for your computer.
Yeah, definitely with this kind of like battle royale and other things, it's getting more and more interesting. And as you said, if I will be able to control with different players different troops, different group of troops, that's give you a more strategic advantage or strategic possibilities than standard.
Yeah, I think modern games are trying to get this. We're trying to relive the past, aren't we? So we want people to behave like the commander of the past.
Yeah.
Like we want to have a challenge. So giving a player control of his own unit and like multiple players on the field working together to control certain areas of territory. It's quite interesting. You'd have to read into the past. They've been going quite a while.
Yeah, and the graphics looks quite alright. I just wonder if it will have the RTX support on it. I'm just googling it.
See, they've started working more with Xbox now, trying to get the games out on consoles, so more users can actually get introduced to the game. I'm not too sure if they started exploring the avenue of RTX yet. It's just yet.
Well, I don't think that they will even try to do it the RTX on it because real-time ray tracing. It's a big horsepower need. Unless that's bring us to kind of like the news. So that's how we're gonna tie it up.
Yeah.
Unless the game will be part of GeForce Now, another subscription-based cloud gaming thing, which allows you ray tracing out of the box, which mean you don't need a brand new RTX card, which costs from 300 to £1,000.
Something that'll be interesting.
So if you don't want RTX, you can sign up for GeForce Now. Well, if you don't have the money to buy RTX card, you can sign up for GeForce Now and play the games with RTX on. However, the case is if that game will be on the platform, as we have learned that Bethesda, so the company responsible for the Elder Scrolls, Doom,
all the best RPGs,
Wolfenstein, many other games, has pulled out their games from the library. Last week, I think it was Activision who pulled out all their games. So it looks like GeForce Now is having less and less library, less and less choices to play. Which for the service, this type of service, which is made specifically for gamers to play the games without the games, is pointless.
Well, initially, when I look at the price, I'm thinking, wow, that is cheap.
It is.
At the moment, I'm paying for Game Pass and Xbox Live, and I'm paying way more than that. Yeah.
Exactly. So the price for is. Don't take it wrong. This is the initial price for £5. This is introductory price. They will probably raise it up later on, but as introduction of technology and possibilities, it's a really great price. However, why on earth they have not secured any IPs on the platform? You see where I'm coming from. If I will be running a big company which is like Nvidia worth billions of pounds and trying to introduce a new service, hey, there is a service which can run all the games with RTX on for £5 a month. I will make sure I have enough RTX games to make it look interesting.
Yeah, otherwise it's pointless actually signing up for it.
Exactly. So
what I think is as soon as like Bethesda and Activision look at that price, they're thinking, "Where's my cut?" I mean, £5 is way too cheap.
Yes. If you
you're
exactly,
undercutting so much.
if you think that way, definitely that's you can think about where the shares are going, because obviously Nvidia needs to get a cut from all those tech, and the companies need to get a cut to providing the games. However, I think that this is the same kind of. I would say this kind of might be kind of similar with the Epic, because some time ago, you might don't know it. Epic Games has set starting their own platform on the PC for the games. So back in the day, Epic was only an engine which you can build the games, and last year they start selling the games on their platform. And my point is, they do offer free games. So if you can see now, for example, for free, we've got Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Every week is a different game. And obviously, when you offer the game for free, yes, you're getting new users on the platform, so they are more likely to buy anything from it. But the point of view relevant to GeForce Now is they have to have a deal with Activision, Ubisoft, I'm sorry, in this case, to provide this game for free. In other words, hey, Ubisoft, we're gonna give you $1 million, you give us this game for free. That's how it's work. Because what are you looking for is a big expense on the beginning to establish the brand, and then you start making the money back. But if you do this the way Nvidia have done it, agreed on alpha beta version of this service with them, but not on actual released version for games, without them investing in securing the IPs, the games, it will be blown, which will be a shame.
Yeah, considering they do have the right intentions, but they've not planned it correctly.
Because Nvidia have the horsepower and technology to actually run those games with RTX on and deliver them to you via. Yes, you need a little bit higher than 20 megabytes per second, but
I think every standard user would have that. Yeah, any gamer.
But that's something to consider for Nvidia. So pull yourself together, spend some extra millions on securing good titles, and I'm sure the number of people signing up will be much, much higher.
Yeah, I'd be definitely interested if they provided the games out. Definitely Bethesda, anyway.
Yeah. And we're gonna stick with the Nvidia for now, for today anyway. There we go. Okay, so another kind of bold claim from Nvidia is that the RTX laptops will beat PlayStation 5 and Xbox X Series to be the most popular, quote-unquote, game console.
It's a strong selling point, yeah.
It is.
But now they need the evidence.
Well, okay, so what they are trying to say is, going by the numbers from the previous years, the number of users using laptops with dedicated GPU is growing. That's fair enough. However, they claiming the RTX laptops will beat PlayStation 5 and Xbox. Now, question is, if that's combined, that's even more ridiculous.
Yeah.
But if it's on its own, that's still shady. Because we are looking, let's say, £500 rumored price for PlayStation 5. The cheapest RTX graphic card at the moment is £300, more or less. But for this RTX card, you need to add other components like CPU, hard drive, RAM, obviously the case. So it will add up to more than those £500. So what are you then is more likely to buy if you want to play the game? Fully set console for £500, or laptop which cost roughly £600-700.
I always go for the cheaper option.
And your main option is to play it with friends.
Well, more users on Xbox.
And let's not go into that debate. But yes, if exactly, people will be looking at the prices. So you can play the games on whatever you want. So it don't care whether it's laptop, PC, or what or console, because I can all of this equipment can be hooked up to the TV, and you can hook up controller and play it on your couch.
I think with Xbox and PlayStation, it's a lot simplified. It's like when I look at a computer or a laptop, it
Yes.
becomes more complex. It's a lot of knowledge that I know.
Yeah, that's the thing. So the laptops are laptops. They are not gaming console. They can provide a better horsepower, but in initial they are not designed for it. They're designed to be a laptop. They are designed to be multi-purpose.
Good at everything rather than specific.
Yeah, I don't see it that the RTX cards, the laptops with RTX cards will have a bigger share of the market than PlayStation 5.
Depends how they integrate it.
Well, the price of the laptop and the console will have to be very similar.
Mm-hmm. But if you have laptops ranged about 400 and they can come to some compromise of making it cheaper, they might have an opportunity.
Well, so we're mainly talking about the prices of GPUs because this is the one of the most expensive parts of the system. Definitely not this generation, RTX 260, 270, 280, because the cheapest one is roughly 300 quid. And that's more than half of the budget for the console. So what they need to do with the next RTX 3060, 3070, 3080 for the next generation of GPUs, I'm not talking about the performance because it will definitely be better, or even if it's gonna be the same as it is right now, that's fine. The price have to be much lower. We have to be able to buy these laptops with
It depends how they bring it out though, because a lot of people have started to write it, and if it is a superior technology and the credit is right, it might be some.
Yeah, if it will be a superior to the consoles. So bear in mind that consoles are allegedly bringing RTX ray tracing, not RTX ray tracing to the consoles this time around. So it will be really interesting to see where things will go. But we can review it in the next, let's say, well, definitely next year. Definitely next year we can review it, whether PlayStation 5 and RTX laptops are anything to compare.
I think there's definitely a strong shift because PlayStation and Xbox, I think there's been tremendous movement between the two platforms. So I think they're actually looking for a middleman. So a lot of my friends have actually moved over to PlayStation because it's superior in terms of quality. But before it used to be the selling point that Xbox had more users.
Yes.
That were active.
Exactly.
So it depends what they're trying to go for.
And I just spot a plot hole. I just spot how because the gaming console is in quote. I think they are more likely referring to RTX laptop on its own. And I just noticed that RTX graphic cards are really great for creative work. So whatever you're doing, drawing, painting, sculpting, 3D modeling, creating games, movies, etc., RTX cards are brilliant. I have one here, and I cannot stress enough that was a worth upgrade for just editing videos. It speeds up the process extremely. So I can see how they can turn it around to their advantage. Hey, we sold more RTX laptops than PlayStation. Yes, because you're selling workstations with RTXs on. The people who want to do the work on the go without consuming battery within an hour. And yes, I can see that happening because the new GPUs are allegedly even less. They require less power and performing miles better. If I'm right, the rumors are they consuming 50% less power, providing 30% more of performance than today's ones. If that's the case, and the prices will be at least the same, for GPU on its own, it's great. But for the mobile, well, we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see how that's gonna turn out. So next year, if you're gonna remind us,
maybe it'll be a new game changer.
Yeah, we might to review it. Because imagine if GPUs will be small and cheap, and you can seriously do a PC in the size of the Xbox and have superior quality. That might be fun to watch happening. Yep. So that was the news, guys. And so yeah, we'll be finishing today's podcast, kind of like emergency one.
Yeah, definitely.
So we went over half an hour. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe. Please ring the bell, and don't kill each other.
What's this? Ring the bell.
There is a bell. There is a little bell next to the subscription button. When you press the bell, it's every time we add new video, you're gonna receive a message.
Keeping up to date.
Yep.
In the loop.
Yep. So, as I said, don't kill each other, and see you next week.
But
that was
virtually we can, yeah.
You can try, yes. Thank you, Dennis, for joining us.
It's been a pleasure anyway.
Thank you. Bye-bye.